All right, we are back again with another episode of Light Skin. I'm Pez.
I'm Jack.
And we got with us the man, not a myth, but definitely a legend, Bill Moochie Watson, Mr. Hobey himself. How you doing, Mooch?
All good. All good, my friend.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you, Jack.
Nice to meet you.
It's like I'm on live on WKRP in Cincinnati from 1976. I love the radio. This is
better.
It's not radio. This is a podcast.
This is a
I love
pod.
it.
This
This
is
is
a pod.
top notch.
Yeah.
I love it.
So we only like to bring you all the best of the best. So we say, you know what? Why not find the man himself? And
I love it.
yeah. So Mooch, start from the beginning. You're from Canada.
Well, I was born in a small little town in Pine Falls, Manitoba,
Okay.
but I was raised in Power View.
Okay.
For those geography majors out there, they understand.
Yep.
Right off the Winnipeg River.
Mm-hmm.
I was the sixth in a family of 7 children. Obviously, in rural Canada in the '60s, you did one thing. You put the sixth kid, because you don't want to deal with him anymore. You put him on a rink outside in a frozen pond, and I learned the game of hockey in Canada, in rural Canada, and I grew up there, and I left home at a fairly early age, and there wasn't a tremendous opportunity to further my hockey career, so I went. No, all kids leave home, it seems, but I decided to go really far, 16 hours away from home, and when I was just turning 15 years old, and played 3 years of junior hockey there, and I came to college. Very fortunate to came to UMD. It was a life changer, met a lot of great people, and then turned pro, played with the Chicago Blackhawk organization, and worked for them as well, and then along the way I did some coaching, and now for the last 20 some years I've been with Northwestern Mutual as a lot of different titles, everything from running the office to a financial advisor to all that fun stuff. But but hey, listen, on this cold, chilly February day, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. Yep. All right, we're going to back up. Look, Mooch gave us the boom, boom, boom. We're going to back up because I want to know how these roads got to where we are now.
Sure.
All right, so how big was your town?
600 people.
So
Parview. Parview. And my father was the first mayor of Parview. Yeah.
Papa Mooch.
Yeah, Big Frank.
Big Frankie.
Big Frank,
Big
man.
Frank.
What a role model he was for my family, especially me. But yeah, no, I grew up there. It was, in rural Canada, it just was what it was. You lived your life. My role models were my 4 older brothers. Some good, some, whatever. But
Did they play hockey too?
Oh yeah, they all played hockey. I had an older sister that was a tremendous athlete as well. So got very fortunate there. But yeah, that's where I grew up. Small, like I said, small little town. My father was originally from Saskatchewan, from farm country. Okay. That was our reward every summer for me. Anyways, I got to go out there and work on the farm for a month, build up some, man strength along the way when you're a kid. But my reward is I got to go to hockey school for a week at the end.
So, hockey is what got you to move to America.
Big time.
Because you moved to America when you was 15.
Oh, and I know. I came to college at a normal at 17.
Okay.
I went and played my junior hockey way up in northern Saskatchewan when I was 15.
Now, at that time, coming out of high school, before your UMD, were you like one of those top prospects coming out?
I was fortunate at 16 years old because I played junior hockey at such a young age at 15, well, basically 14, 15, 16, 17. At 16 years old, I was very fortunate. I was on a great junior team, and we won the national championship in Canada, which is
that's
a big deal.
That's the Super Bowl out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much.
Exactly.
Yep.
So I was fortunate there. And so then my 17-year-old year, unfortunately, I tore my knee out that year. That was my first of multiple different knee surgeries. But I got drafted that year out of junior hockey by the Blackhawks. Then I came to UMD.
UMD.
Yep.
Now, was UMD your first choice? Or
what's so funny you say that, Pez? First and foremost, I had zero interest in coming to college. Again, where I'm from, the only indoctrination, so to speak, I got to come to college hockey was because of where I played my junior hockey. And I saw some teammates doing this, and I go, wow. And a big factor, I told someone the other day, big factor for me to come to college hockey, I watched the 1980 Olympics. Okay. And those were all college kids who beat the Russians. I'm going, if that's good enough for them, it's got to be good enough for me. Yeah. So it's like, and then I got recruited by a bunch of schools, Denver, Michigan State, Michigan Tech.
What landed you on UMD?
One thing, Glenn Kulik.
Okay.
Glenn was an assistant coach.
Shout out to Glenn.
Yeah, big cat. Oh, yeah. That's the big cat. He's the best. He recruited me and a teammate of mine, Mark Odnikon, and that was the bottom line. What I came here because he played junior hockey in Prince Albert, where I had played, and I came on a recruiting trip here. I remember it was right after the holidays, right before the New Year's, and they just had a blizzard. There was about 200 feet of snow. I'm going, it's a good place.
200 feet of spring.
But you know what they had here? They had water. That's the key. Okay. Everywhere I go, they have to have some water.
Okay. Yep.
But I got recruited by all the usual suspects in the day, but this was the one that had probably the most attraction for me. And it was kind of funny is that I was coming from a junior hockey program that had been the best. Yep. And at the time, I ended up coming to UMD. UMD had not had a tremendous amount of success, and then knock on wood, my 3 years here, we were able to have a lot of success with the program, so it was good.
Now, what year in college did you sit at all, or did you jump into the scene right away?
I jumped in right away, Pez, my freshman year. But unfortunately, I had a couple injuries that year, my shoulder and my knee again, and then I had surgery in the spring, and that really and I had an okay freshman year, but I only played half the games because I was out. And where I kind of sprung forward was my sophomore year. I was healthy majority of the year, and we had obviously that was 40 years ago. 40 years ago.
40. I'm not 40.
40 years ago.
Jack ain't 30.
40 years ago, we lost the national championship in 4 overtimes to Bowling Green.
God, that's
40 years ago. In the next month, it'll be like March.
That's a long ass game. Hockey really? Already. Tell long. Me about it. I don't even like watching 3 quarters. What you call them? Quarters or periods? 3 periods. I don't know nothing about well, everything I know about hockey.
Guy. Jackie's a football guy.
I'm a football guy. Exactly. You know that. All right. So
Hot road. Yeah, exactly.
What year? Because I'm learning as we talk.
Yeah. No.
I've known Mooch for a couple years now. One of my best friends.
He's a great guy. I love the Pez. Yeah,
we party.
Except when he doesn't show up for poker.
We'll talk about that.
We're going to talk about that off air.
For sure. Okay. But what year was the Hobey year, and what was you thinking going into that season?
Oh, sure. No. I mean, so 40 years ago in 1984, my teammate and great friend Tommy Kerbers won the Hobey Baker Award from our school.
Oh, dang! Okay.
Yeah, so unfortunately, shout out to TK. He passed away a couple of years ago, and I miss him dearly, and all our teammates miss him. So I really didn't have an expectation that I was going to win the Hobey Baker Award. My goal that year was to win a national championship because we'd lost it the year before. And personally, I remember I shared it with a couple of teammates. I wanted to get to 100 points, and individually. And they all thought, that was a little bit of a pipe dream because I think I had 86 the year before as a sophomore. But I thought, we had a good team. I thought we had great teammates. We're missing some good players, but I thought it was attainable. And as that year went on, it was a unique year because the expectations were super high, and we had a huge target on us because we'd won the league, we won the playoff the year before, but that was a magical year. We had a couple good recruits come in. A young man by the name of Brett Hull came in as a freshman.
Shout out to Brett.
And we had a very established team though that knew how to win. And so that year, and Pez, as the year went on, I led the league in scoring, led the country in scoring, but I had no thing. It was so early on the award. It was only the 5th year of the award. I never thought that I would win it. I said, no, don't give it to somebody else. It's the way they rotate it through. But when Coach told me that I'd won, it was a humbling moment. And if you look at it, you really look in retrospect to what your family did for you. In particular, my brothers and my dad. My mom always supported me, my sister especially, and then my teammates. Not just my teammates in college, but my teammates I had growing up, and my teammates in junior hockey. Yeah, what I learned from them and the coaches.
For y'all that don't know, okay, Hobey Baker is the Heisman of hockey. Okay, yeah. We sit next to royalty right now. You know what I mean? I'll never forget when I first met Mooch. Somebody said, "Oh yeah, he won a Hobey Baker." I said, "What's that?" Moose looked at me. He said, "What's that?" I said, "Moose, I'm from New Jersey." He said, "Oh, okay." Well,
our school, we have 6 Hobey Baker Awards at UMD.
Yeah,
we have the most in the country. We basically have 2 more than the next school to us. So
I'll tell you, like growing up, being in New Jersey, a lot of football, basketball, track is what we do out there. Lacrosse too, and we got dogs.
I played lacrosse.
Yeah, it was fun. I love lacrosse.
So,
I didn't know we had a hockey team growing up in New Jersey until I got to college.
Really?
I had no idea. Somebody said, and apparently we were good. They said, yeah.
Well, you won 3 cups.
Right.
And I just found out.
I scored my first goal.
Just now.
I scored my first official goal in the NHL against the Devils in the Meadowlands against Chico Resch, who's a UMD Bulldog.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
It's a small world.
Yep.
That's crazy.
But yeah, then I come up here, and I'm going to UMD, and we win 2 in a row.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I'll never forget, Canal Park was crazy.
Oh, it was nuts.
Kids jumping on the signs on top of grandmas, pulling down the light poles. And I'm thinking, and I was at West Virginia before this, and I'm thinking,
that's right.
Man, this is, they do this for hockey? Like, you know what I mean? And it's just insane. I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe I should just know a little bit about this sport.
Maybe a little bit.
I'm still learning.
That's okay.
I need to go to a game.
Well, why don't you come to a game?
Do.
Well, you invite me.
Next week.
Done.
We play St. Cloud. You can come down.
St. Cloud, we're locked in. St. Cloud,
Done.
be ready. If you're
Done.
watching this, just know y'all going to get it.
Yeah.
I don't know how good we are, so I just be talking shit and we might lose.
Yeah, but you'll be there.
Yeah, I'm confident.
Done.
All right. After Hobey, what was life? What was because that was your junior year.
Yeah.
Now, did you?
I turned pro.
After junior.
I turned pro after that year.
All right.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. What was it like stepping into an NHL rink, and now you just surrounded by, everybody.
No, yeah. It's. I tell you when you go through it. Now you look back because it's been a long time. You look back and it's a fulfillment of a dream. You know, especially as a small town Canadian kid, because all you do is, you're raised watching Hockey Night in Canada on TV. We only had 3 TV stations in Canada. Probably a 4th one that was French. And thank God my mother was French. I could understand a little bit of it. But yeah, so it was like, that's a fulfillment of a dream from when you were early enough. And again, what it meant to my family. It meant what it went to my dad, my mom, and my siblings. But yeah, that was unique when you first realized that you've reached
the pinnacle.
The pinnacle of what you've been dreaming about. Yeah. So that was fun.
Yeah.
That was unique.
Yep. What was one of your favorite moments in let's say hockey period, no matter if it was pro, college. What was one of your favorite moments, and what was one of your toughest moments?
Oh, sure.
In the sport too.
Oh no, without a doubt. I'll say in my hockey career, this is going to sound weird. My little hometown where I'm from, we had a team called the Pineview Saints. Very inventive name. You got to remember, so Pine Falls is where I was born in the hospital. Powerview, so Pine View, and then there was a French community about 2 miles down the road called St. George.
Oh, so it was all 3
Pineview Saints.
Okay, that's hilarious.
And we merged that, and we had a travel team as a kid, and we were one of the first teams from our hometown at the amateur level to ever win what you call down here a state tournament. We won a provincial championship out of our little small hometown.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I'll never forget, I scored an overtime goal against a team out of Selkirk, which is about an hour down the road. And I'll never forget, because the people that they're all our hometown. It wasn't in our hometown. The game was, I can't remember where it was, somewhere in rural west of Winnipeg or something like that. But I'll never forget that goal and what it meant to our little town, what it meant to our little travel team, and that just propelled us for the next 3 years, basically, because I played there when I was 11, 12, and 13 with that travel team. And again, I started playing junior hockey. But that right there, I think in my mind, that propelled not just our team, our town, but it really propelled me to where I wanted to kind of go. And then along the way, it just kind of just push. Like anything else, you take time and pride in what you're doing, you practice.
Yeah.
And that's what I did a lot of. But I loved every sport. I was just not one. I hate to say I'm not picking on today's young athletes. I didn't just play hockey.
Yeah.
I mean, I played every sport you can,
Because
possibly.
you learn a lot. I tell you, like, even playing football.
Oh, yeah.
I threw shot put and this. The power that was needed for that.
Oh.
Hips is a big thing. Me
Night
being
and
a
day.
lineman. You know what I mean?
Night and day.
Arm power, the strength, and technique.
Yep.
There's a lot of players that are naturally gifted, but there's a lot of guys that make it to the league because they work on technique and they work on form.
Oh, big time.
And that's a big deal when you learn a lot in these other sports. I think sometimes only doing one sport, for some kids, you can get so burned out because that's all you do over and over.
Oh, big
you never
time.
get a break from it.
Big time. And then there's listen, I'm not against it. People can do what they want, but I really believe you become that much more well-rounded as an athlete.
Words right out of my mouth.
Exactly. I'm just such a big fan of seeing that with young athletes today, is having the ability to play all the sports if you want to, and sometimes you need to take a break.
Right.
I mean, and when we grew up, it was March, you put your skates away, and then you either started playing golf or tennis or baseball.
Not now.
Whatever.
They play hockey. I get so sick of hockey.
Oh my God.
Up here, you don't hear, even in the summer. I'm talking to kids, oh yeah, I got a hockey tour. I said, it is July.
That's the thing. I shake my head a little bit. I understand that as you get older and you start playing at more of an elite level, whether that's at high school or junior hockey or college, or you're in pro hockey or whatever, it becomes kind of more of a day-to-day.
Yeah, because you're getting serious now.
Because you have to.
But when you 10 and 11 on a regular team and your parents dropping thousands of dollars
just
and
go
they got
be
a
an
regular
athlete.
job,
Wow.
bro, you going into debt.
Oh
yeah.
Somebody told me, well, hockey's not a cheap sport.
No.
Pets. I mean, think of it, Pets. Like, say you got a kid that's going to play soccer. Well, guess what? You need a ball and a pair of shoes and maybe shorts and a t-shirt.
That's it.
Hockey.
Pads are crazy.
Oh, skates.
Sticks.
We got a kid that come here. He go to Denfeld.
Sure.
He's a goalie.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I just got all the new pads and new stickers. I said, oh, how much was it? $10,000.
Oh, would you get all the stuff? Yeah.
I
mean,
what?
listen, I don't want to scare people watching this, and they got young kids, because guess what? It's a great sport. Trust me, it is. But there is ways to do this where it's more affordable, but it is and
in moderation.
Yeah. It's not the travel stuff. That just I can't get my arms around that. But whatever, it is what it is.
But at the same time, here's the other part of that. You get a lot of parents that played growing up and they didn't get to where they wanted, so they try to live through their kids.
Oh,
and it's dangerous.
Yeah, that's
sometimes.
unfortunate.
That's unfortunate.
But that's it's true, and I feel bad for that. But like I said, we're talking about sports, right? And how it affects kids and all. And I think I'm such a big proponent of kids being on team sports. Because I think it teaches so much about respect. Respect your coaches. Respect your teammates. Understand you're playing for the team. It's not just about you. Yes, if you get some individual accolades, that's great. I mean, listen, I'm knock on wood. I was very fortunate. But I loved the fact that I was on great teams.
Yeah. And good coaches.
And you find ways. And then you ask me about low points. I think the low points for me were just injuries. I got hurt young. I was 16 years old when I tore my knee out. I was 18 years old when I first separated, probably dislocated and separated my shoulder. Those really impacted the rest of my career, but that's just part of the game.
Yeah, it is. It's part
not
of
much
the
you
game.
can do about that. That's just life.
Yep.
To go along with all that individual success you had while you were making your journey to the league, once you got to the league, was there like a singular moment that sticks out as a welcome to the league moment?
Oh God! Oh yeah, without a doubt. You get challenged. I don't care where you're at in pro sports. You get challenged at every corner. You get challenged from day one on. When you get in the training camp and you shoot a puck too high at your goaltender, and he starts firing sticks at you and stuff like that. And guess what you do? Next shift down, you wire one again at his head. And just say, hey, you just don't. You're not going to be intimidated by it. But you get challenged. It's like anything. The games, all the sports. Pez and I have talked about. pro sports has changed and evolved.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, football back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
And it's the athletes and the training.
It's unbelievable.
Oh, yeah,
it's unbelievable. I mean, when I got lucky, I was in Chicago in the mid-'80s. I got to watch the Bears defense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, today they would all be suspended.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
they wouldn't allow them to
Kicked
play.
out of the league.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
No, they wouldn't allow them to play.
Yep.
And in hockey was a little bit like that, too, because, I mean, listen, I played in an era when some of the guys on my team didn't wear helmets. Can you believe that?
Crazy.
And
Bro, have you seen? I'm scared to death of a hockey puck.
Oh, yeah.
I remember when I first. This was not long ago. This was just probably about 7 years ago. Somebody gave me a hockey puck, and I'm thinking, this shit is this heavy? Bro, if I ever got hit by this with no helmet, I'm fighting. If I'm not knocked out, when I wake up, I'm whooping somebody in. That's crazy.
It's a fast game. It is,
yeah.
and it's only gotten fast. Well, Pez and I've talked about every sport because of the training and nutrition, everything in the athletes. They're so fast.
Fast
the game is so fast,
and they big.
Every game,
it's crazy. I was just watching this athlete from Florida. Mm-hmm. He's 14. He just turned 14. He's 6'5", like 340 something. The kid runs like a 5 flat in a 40. I'm thinking,
that's crazy.
And you at that age, he ain't peak speed yet.
No, he's not even close.
When he gets 17, 18, I'm going to tell you right now, as long as he keep his head on straight and take care of his body, he's going to be a dog.
But what about when he gets to be a man?
Oh,
like
24?
25 years old.
That's like, I'm going to be scared of him. I ain't scared of nobody.
Yeah. And that's what you're seeing in all these sports. I mean, let's even take it a step further. Individual sports, like whether it's tennis or golf, you're seeing some tremendous athletes playing sports you didn't think they would play.
That's true. That is true. That is true. After hockey, what were you thinking? Like, all right, this is over, or were you already kind of starting to prep?
Yeah,
during the process, or
it was one of those things where the dynamic of going on to the next stage of my life wasn't really sure. I got into coaching. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. That was a good challenge. My wife Molly and I obviously started. Hey, Molly started having kids, and I mean, I think I've shared it with a lot of people. Our firstborn died of sudden infant death syndrome. He was 8 months old, so that put that little period of my life, our life, was a challenge. There's no doubt. And then we had the 3 kids really quick after that, and I was in coaching, and then we were in Kalamazoo, Michigan. I was coaching at Western Michigan, and kind of made a decision there to maybe try something new. And that's how I ended up back here for good, and ended up with Northwestern Mutual, and I've been there for almost 25 years now.
That's what actually, how long you been?
And so it's like, and raise the kids here, great place to raise kids and all that fun stuff. Matter of fact, my daughter is back with me in the business and working with us, and eventually she's, I'm going to probably be working for her here pretty soon. I can say that. But no, it's like, but that transition was harder than I thought it was going to be. But I had great support. I worked for the Blackhawks for a while as a scout. I coached at Scholastica for a bit, coached at Western, and then got this opportunity with Northwestern Mutual, which has been tremendous. And then along the way, I did some broadcasting. I did some color on TV and all that fun stuff. And then Coach Sandlin asked me to step in and help out with the program back in 2006, and I've been a volunteer assistant. I don't even know what my title. I'm like a casino boss in Vegas.
Pretty much.
They just keep naming names for me, like they want a guy to be in charge of beverage. And all that fun stuff. But it's fun to be around the program. It's been tremendous, be a part of 3 national championships, and obviously, we're kind of in a rebuilding stage right now with the program, which is fine. Everybody goes through it, but it's fun to be in the community. Like Pat says, if you're new to the community, and all of a sudden you understand the winter on Friday and Saturday night, if the Bulldogs are in town, there's a whole different feel to the town. But it's been all fun, but it's been good. Great play, like I said, great place to raise our kids. But that transition was, as I look back, it was a little more difficult than I thought it was going to be, but I had great support from my family, and obviously Pez has met majority of my friends, and I got a really cool network of people that associate with.
Yeah. No, that's it. That's I imagine, like, I got a lot of friends and family that play ball, that's in the league, you know, and there are a lot of times I'll talk to them and just think, like, hey, what have you ever thought about anything after the sport? They say, to be honest, you never think it's going to end. You know it is, but you never want it to be a reality of coming to an end, because you love it, you know, and you have to love it because of the amount of stress that you put on your body, the amount of not personal time you have.
Big time.
You know,
big time.
Even relationships, you know, certain people in your life only want to be next to you because you got stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
Or, you know, so when you settle down, it's like, all right, I'm a civilian again. Yeah. Which can be like a weight lifted off of you.
At times it can be. And it is the pressure of, you know, what you have to do to your body to get ready to play. But I'll tell you what the unique thing was. I'll never forget this. I think it was probably my first or second year I was done playing. I forgot that you can be home for Thanksgiving. You can be home for the holidays. I mean, because when you're at that time of year, when you're playing sports, you're never home. You're home for, I mean, you're there, but you're not there. You're there for a holiday for a day, and done. You got to go back, and it's because what you're doing is, hate to say it, you're in the entertainment business, and you got to go and play and do that thing. So that was a different feeling about how you can just, you know, calm down and enjoy the holiday versus saying I'm there for a day and then out the door you go. And I did that for the better part of, 15 years, from junior hockey till I was done playing pro hockey. Yeah, so it's crazy.
Let's back up a little bit. All right. College. I know, listen, being the man that you were in college, that guy on campus, the parties, just talk to me about some of the college life, Mooch.
It was so different. People that will watch this will understand. You got to remember, this was the 80s when I was in college, early 80s. This town was not what it is now. I mean, there was, it was, I mean, wow. We had a bar we went to, the Warehouse, a good friend of ours, Butch Curran owned it, and it was our bar, and that was our bar.
A couple weeks ago, you was telling me about the game would end at 7 or whatever. You would shower and be at the bar within 15 or 20 minutes.
I could, because I played in the old deck and the way it was, if we got the game done 10 o'clock or 9:45, there's a good chance I could be at the Warehouse by. Say the game got at 9:45, I could be at the Warehouse at 10:03.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, I could
chilling at the bar, knowing that you about to have
still wiping sweat off.
Yeah, still sweating. You know what I mean? That little bit of hockey.
If we were ahead by a lot, I didn't get to play in the third. I was a little salty about that.
Already showered.
I showered. Trust me, I had to shower. I'm a sweater. But no, it was it was so different because when we played. Like I said, when we got here, the program had a tremendous amount of success. We, all of a sudden, had tremendous success. And the town itself, I mean, people don't understand it. I mean, the city in the early 80s was struggling a lot. I mean, and unemployment rate was through the roof. I remember we would practice, and we'd have people watching us practice because they weren't working. And then our building would just be, the old deck would just be packed. I mean, just packed for warm up because people wanted us. It was something that uplifted them, which was great, and we were having success. And some of that success led off to some off ice activities that was enjoyable.
Yeah, I hear
How's that sound?
I bet.
Perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. I mean, because I think about it, we'd go to Grandma's across the street on Monday nights.
Yep.
You guys, your viewers out there would laugh. I think for $1 you could get a burger, fries, and a beer for $1. Awesome. And then we'd go to the Warehouse, and they'd have quarter tap beer night.
Oh my God!
On Monday, so we could only go out Saturday, Sunday, Monday officially. There's not saying a few of our guys on our team might have snuck out a couple nights. That wasn't me.
Yeah.
I was Dr. Discipline.
Definitely wasn't Mooch.
Yeah, exactly.
Right now.
Not me.
Bro, for $10, you can have the best weekend of your life.
Oh, in college it was
for
crazy.
$7. Well, college y'all probably boozing for free.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that, but but no. Then there was a night. Then there was a night at Grandma's on Tuesday night because we couldn't go there during the season. But the off season we could. They had tea for 2 night, Long Island teas for $2.
That's just dangerous.
Yes.
Well, you know what? The Up Bar,
That's wild.
and I don't know if they do this anymore, but the Up Bar used to, on Thursdays, I think it was, would do Long Island's for $2.50.
Oh wow.
And this was like a little bit before COVID. Because once COVID happened, they shut the Sports Garden down.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Yeah.
there really wasn't no reason for
and
it.
hey, listen, Canal Park back then did not look like it does
Oh,
today.
y'all
There
didn't
was
have none of the hotels or-
No, there was. It was a little, but now it's
Bowman.
gorgeous area.
Yeah, it's Bowman.
Kind of, yeah, it's crazy because they with the cobblestone. Our friend Goldie put the Inn on the Lake down there and kind of changed and gave a jump start to whole. And now Canal Park is. Well, take a look at it. You take a look anytime you want to go down there in July and August. Good luck. There's a lot of people down there.
Yeah, you ain't parking nowhere.
No.
You better park on Lake Ave. And walk
Oh, you're
down or
lucky if
something.
you can get a parking spot. Yeah.
So you getting up to that age where you start to think about retirement.
Me?
Kinda?
Yeah, well, I think a big step, in what I do in financial planning, I eventually slow down. I already slowed down a little bit, but it's nice to have, like I said, I have a family member that came in the business and my daughter, which really helps with some kind of succession planning and ideas and stuff like that. But yeah, I slow down a little bit. But I take advantage of getting out of town a little bit in the winter, and sneak out. But I still, if I'm in town, I still like to work. I still like to go to the office and you've been in my office.
Yeah, it's
That's
fun
a gorgeous, beautiful view, and I love it. I like the people that I work with. I love my clients, and it's all good stuff.
Yeah.
There you go.
Do you think about, like, when you get to the point where you can step away more, like, staying up here or kind of splitting time between the places?
I don't know. I mean, like, I know that Molly would like to, she comes with me a lot everywhere I go. Do escape out of here a little bit more in the winter, but we kind of already do that a little bit.
Barely getting winters right now.
And this is not winter. I mean, we've
right.
been, hey.
I'm not a fan.
Listen, I'm a big fan. I
I'll
don't
take
like
it.
cold weather.
I just don't. You don't like cold?
No,
You're
I grew
from
up in
Canada.
it. I spent more time in it in my life.
I'm
Sick of it.
But it's okay. But yeah, it's nice to have the ability to sneak away and get some warm weather, and then you still like coming back home.
Oh, yeah.
I still love coming back. Like I said, the lake, and I think the lake has a magnet
Oh,
for
it
me.
does. I'm drawn to Lake Superior.
I'm drawn to it. I don't take enough advantage of it, which I think we're
I'm scared
all
of it.
guilty of it.
I'm scared of it, though.
Oh, I love that lake.
yeah.
That lake's
It's a
gorgeous.
beast, but to
Yeah.
think about that thing sank ships. I mean, thousands of ships. And I grew up on the ocean.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But you just don't think that a regular lake body of water is just that massive with, with an
You got to
own
put
weather
that lake
system.
in perspective
Oh,
how
yeah.
big it is.
She's
I mean, it's like an ocean.
Damn
I grew
near.
up really close to another big lake in Lake Winnipeg, right off the river. That's what I grew up on. So I mean, I've always been kind of around water, and you take it for granted, but it's just so. It's almost like hypnotic.
It is. You drive down that hill.
Oh, isn't that
coming down
amazing?
Wasaba,
I still do.
and it's like, God damn! I look at this
sun
every
coming up?
day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, or the
Like,
smoke
it's good
on
every
the
time.
water,
And I can see Lake Superior from my deck.
Yeah.
So I sit
Yeah.
up there and smoke cigars. We big cigar guys.
Yeah,
That's-
we like
that's
cigars.
what we do.
We like. I just ordered some the other
Did
day
you?
too. Yeah.
All right, I'll need one.
What you like? I know.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I've been up here for 7.5 years now.
Nice.
And people ask me, "Are you going?" I said, "Nah, I'm not going nowhere." I am so locked in, especially being in a community how I am.
Yeah.
And then meeting you through Bill.
Yeah.
Shout out to Buzz.
Buzzsaw
Um,
flying out to North Dakota today.
he gonna be traveling.
Oh, is he
But
ever?
It's just a good group of guys. We play poker, We try to play every Friday, sometime every other, whatever. But, we all get done work early. We grab some booze. We grab our case of cigars. Sometimes I come with the box.
Yeah,
And
sometimes
we know
you
what's
do.
in the box.
Yeah, we know what's
We
in the
don't wanna
box.
say what's in the box.
Everybody knows what's
They
in the
knows
box.
what's in the box.
Exactly.
People have got in trouble when they open the box.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes.
But I didn't know how to play poker. These boys, I was terrible.
We've sent Pez to poker school.
I was terrible.
We sent Goldie to poker school about 10 years ago. That one didn't take, but it's getting better.
Goldie, do better.
Yeah.
But but it's a group of guys. We hang out, we have fun.
Yeah.
And it's those moments you look forward to.
Yeah.
Just a breath of fresh air, just
Well,
relax
I think a lot of it. We had a great friend in Danny King that really kind of held the glue together of our poker group I don't know how many years ago, him and Russell. And it's been that group that we always kind of get together. It's community people, good friends, and we get out and play a little poker.
That's it. Just shoot the shit.
And really, it's more about the camaraderie with the guys, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, it's all good.
Oh. Moose, we appreciate it, man. This was fun.
No. Listen,
this was really good.
Nice meeting Jack.
Yeah,
It was
Jack's
great
the
to meet
man.
you.
Yeah, exactly.
Appreciate it.
Pez is a force for good in our community. We're big supporters of Pez and our group and our friends, and does a lot of good things for our community, and we know that. It doesn't go unnoticed. But we do need him to maybe show up at poker on Friday. You guys are talking,
I think I'm gonna pop in when a couple bucks.
Exactly.
But no, we appreciate you coming.
No, thanks for having me. What a studio! Great spot here.
Oh, dude, it's fun. We built this about a year ago, maybe a little more. But the kids are in here making music.
I like that. The guitars are here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, if I had one musical bone in my body, I could play it, but I can't barely carry.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how half of this stuff works.
I don't have.
We're trying to figure it out.
Jack knows how it works.
Oh, yeah,
I
Jack,
guarantee he knows.
I'll figure it out.
If Jack wasn't here, we would not have a podcast. I'm gonna tell you that right now. We won't have one. But that is episode 7. Mr. Hobey Baker, thank you. Jack, thank you.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
out.